My friend, come closer, pull up a chair. Yes, that one. Let us sit together for a while, you and I. I see the wariness in your eyes, for it is a wariness I know well. It is not merely the fatigue of the body, but a deeper exhaustion that seeps into the soul. It is the hollow ache of effort that yields no fruit, the bitter taste of a dream that has soared on the tongue. I see the slump of your shoulders, weighted down not by a physical burden, but by the invisible tonnage of doubt, ridicule, and the relentless onslaught of a world that seems to delight in your stumbles. You are at the precipice, are you not? You stand on the windy cliff of surrender, and the voice of the abyss below whispers a siren song of relief. Just let go, Ikus. The struggle is too great. The prize is not worth the pain. Rest. Give up. Quit. It is a tempting song. I have heard it myself more times than I have hairs upon my head. I have heard it in the dead of night, when failure was my only bedfellow. I have heard it in the bright light of noon, when the mockery of others stung like desert sand in my eyes. I have heard it when my purse was empty, my spirit was barren, and my next step was shrouded in a fog of uncertainty. You feel alone in this moment, but you are not. Every man and woman who has ever dared to carve their initials into the trunk of this world has stood exactly where you stand now. The farmer who prays for rain over a cracked and barren field. The writer who stares at a blank page, the well of his imagination run dry. The merchant whose shop is empty, whose ledger bleeds red ink. The parent who has given everything to a child, only to be met with rebellion and silence. The lover whose heart has been returned to them, shattered into 1,000 pieces. We all arrive at this cliff. It is part of the journey. The world would have you believe that success is a swift, glorious ascent up a sun-drenched mountain. It is a lie. Success is a crawl through a dark and narrow tunnel, with bleeding knees and scraped hands, with only the faintest glimmer of light to guide you. Quitting is the easy, spacious side passage that promises immediate comfort. And so you have come to me, or perhaps my words have found you in this moment of your deepest need. You seek an answer, a magic potion, a secret incantation that will banish the desire to surrender. I have no such potion. Magic is for charlatans and dreamers. I trade in something far more potent, truth. And I have for you a truth so simple, yet so powerful, that if you embrace it, if you burn it into the very fabric of your being, you will never again be defeated by the temptation to quit. It is not a long sermon or a complex philosophy. It is not buried in a leather, bound tom in some forgotten library. It is a single vow, one vow to be remembered and recited when the walls are closing in, when the strength has fled your limbs, and when the word quit forms on your lips. Before I share it with you, you must understand its power. You must understand the enemy it is designed to conquer. Your enemy is not failure. Failure is a teacher, a harsh and unforgiving one, but a teacher nonetheless. Your enemy is not the critic. The critic is but a barking dog on the side of the road. Your caravan must pass on. Your enemy is not exhaustion. The body and spirit can be replenished. No, your great and terrible enemy is despair. Despair is the master thief. It does not steal your purse or your possessions. It steals your future. It whispers lies into your soul in the language of reason. It says, look at the evidence. You have tried and failed 10 times. What makes you think the 11th will be different? It says, be realistic. This dream is too big for you. Settle for less. Settle for nothing. It magnifies your every mistake until it eclipses the sun. It minimizes your every small victory until it is but a speck of dust. Despair convinces you that the tunnel has no end, that the dawn will never break, that your efforts are a fool's errand. And the ultimate weapon of despair, the final blow it lands, is to convince you to quit. For when you quit, you validate every lie despair has ever told you. You agree with it. You say, yes, you were right. I am not worthy. The goal was unattainable. The effort was wasted. Quitting is not merely an action. It is a confession of defeat to the darkest part of yourself. It is the death of a possibility. So, how do we fight this monster? How do we stand firm on that cliff's edge and turn our back on the abyss? We do not fight it with grand proclamations of future success. We do not fight it by trying to visualize a victory that feels impossibly distant. In the depths of exhaustion, such visions can feel like a mockery. The mind is too tired, the spirit too wounded to grasp such a grand concept. Trying to imagine the triumphant finish line when you cannot even take the next step is a recipe for more frustration. No, we fight it with a weapon perfectly scaled to the moment of crisis, a weapon that is small, manageable, and immediate. We fight it with one simple vow. Are you ready to hear it? Let it not just enter your ears, but your heart. Let it echo in the empty chambers where hope once resided, when the sweat blinds your eyes, when your muscles scream, when your mind begs for release, when you feel like quitting. Remember this one vow. I will finish tech chais do I. That is it. That is the secret. That is the scroll. Read it again. Do not skim past it. I will finish tais day why. Let us dissect this sacred oath, for its power lies in its profound simplicity. First, consider the words, this is not I hope. I'll try. It is not maybe I can. It is a declaration of sovereign will. It is the voice of the captain of your souls, speaking to the mutinous crew of your doubts. It is an act of command. In that moment of weakness, you are not asking permission from your wariness. You are not negotiating with your fear. You are issuing a decree. You are reaffirming that you, and you alone, are in charge of your actions. It is a reclamation of your personal power, drawing a line in the sand of your own soul and declaring, here I stand, here I command. Next, the powerful verb, finish. This word is the heart of the vow. It does not say, I will survive this day. It does not say, I will endure this day. To survive or endure is passive. It is to be a victim of the day's circumstances, battered and bruised, but still breathing. To finish is active. It is an act of completion, of purpose. It means you will not just let the clock run out. It means you will see your tasks through to their proper conclusion for this single span of 24 hours. If you are a salesman, it means you will make that one last call, even when your voice is raw and your spirit is bruised from a dozen rejections. If you are a writer, it means you will write that final paragraph, even if the words feel like stones you must pull from your gut. If you are building a wall, it means you will lay that final brick for the day, ensuring it is level and true before you lay down your trowel. To finish the day means you will not crawl into bed defeated, leaving the battle half fought. You will march to your rest, knowing you gave everything that this day required. You met its challenges. You completed its cycles. You did not run from the field. You fought until the sun went down, and you can stand with a clean conscience and say, it is done. For today, it is done. This act of finishing, of completing rewires the brain. It replaces the narrative of failure with a narrative of follow-through. And finally, the most merciful and brilliant part of the vow, THIDAY. Herein lies the genius that disarms despair. Despair wants you to look at the entire terrifying mountain. It wants you to calculate the thousands of steps, the treacherous ice patches, the howling winds that lie between you and the summit. It is an overwhelming, paralyzing view. But the vow, my friend, forbids you from looking at the mountain. It commands you to look only at the path directly beneath your feet. It does not ask you to win the war tomorrow. It only asks you to win today's battle. It does not ask you to build the entire cathedral in a month. It only asks that you cut and lay your single assigned stone perfectly today. The overwhelming goal of I will become the greatest salesman in the world is broken down into the manageable, immediate task of I will meet my call quota for today. The terrifying ambition of I will write a great novel is tamed into the noble charge of I will write my 500 words for today. Can you see the magic in this? The journey of 1,000 miles truly does begin with a single step. This vow is not about the journey. It is about the step. And then the next one. The vow forces your focus onto the only period of time you can actually control right now. Today. Yesterday is a canceled check. You cannot spend it. Tomorrow is a promissory note. You cannot cash it yet. Today is the only cash you have. Spend it wisely. Finish it. So, how do you live by this vow? You must make it a ritual, a habit as ingrained as breathing. In the morning, before your feet touch the cold floor, before the world has a chance to whisper its doubts into your ear, you will speak it aloud. I will finish this day. Say it with conviction. Say it until you feel it in your bones. You are setting your intention. You are drawing your sword before the battle has even begun. You are telling your soul the marching orders for the hours to come. Then, you will go about your work. You will pour your effort into your tasks. And inevitably, the moment will come. The dragon of despair will rise. It will happen after a setback, a rejection, an unforeseen obstacle. The weariness will wash over you. The old, familiar song of quitting will begin its tune. In that moment, you will not argue. You will not reason with the dragon. You will simply stop, take a breath, and repeat your vow. I will finish this day. It becomes your mantra, your shield. It is the North Star in your personal storm. It does not promise that the storm will cease. It promises that you will continue to sail the ship until the storm passes. The feeling of wanting to quit may not vanish instantly, but the vow gives you the strength to take the next required action in spite of the feeling. Make the next call. Read the next page. Lift the next weight. Write the next sentence. Speak the next kind word. Take the next step. You do this, and you do it again. You focus only on finishing the immediate task, which is a small part of finishing the day. And then comes the evening. This is a sacred time. It is your time of accounting. Before you sleep, you will stand before the mirror. You will look into your own eyes. You will not ask, did I succeed today? Did I make a great fortune? Did I win the world's applause? These are the wrong questions. They invite judgment and despair if the answers are not what you wished. Instead, you will ask the only question that matters. Did I finish this day? Did I honor my vow? And if you have made that last call, written that last paragraph, laid that last brick, if you have fought until the whistle blew, you can look yourself in the eye and say, yes, I did. In that, yes, lies a victory more profound than any trophy or bank statement. It is a victory over your own weakness. It is a victory of character. It is the quiet, powerful satisfaction of a day well lived, a promise kept to yourself. You have laid another solid stone in the foundation of a new life. And this victory, my friend, will give you the strength to wake up and make the same vow tomorrow. Do you not see? Success is not a lottery ticket you find on the street. It is a mosaic you build, piece by tiny piece, day by finished day. One finished day becomes two. Two become a week becomes a month becomes a year. And one day, you will look back from a place you once thought was an impossible summit, and you will realize you did not get there by one heroic leap. You got there by simply refusing to quit, one day at a time. You got there by honoring this single, simple vow. The world is filled with brilliant starters. The graveyards of dreams are crowded with those who had magnificent plans and grand beginnings. They are monuments to broken vows and unfinished days. The person who succeeds is not always the most talented, the most intelligent, or the most fortunate. More often than not, it is the one with the most grit. It is the finisher, the one who understood that the secret to achieving the marathon is to just keep running until the end of this street, and then the next. This vow will change you. It will forge discipline in the fires of your daily struggles. It will build resilience in your spirit. It will transform you from a person who is ruled by their fleeting feelings into a person who is guided by their enduring commitments. So now, I give this vow to you. It is yours. It is not mine to keep. It belongs to anyone with the courage to claim it. Write it down. Place it where you can see it. On your mirror, on your desk, on the dashboard of your car. More importantly, write it upon the tablet of your heart. Let the world throw its worst at you. Let the critics howl. Let failure visit you as a temporary guest. Let your own mind play its treacherous games. They can no longer defeat you, for you now possess a shield that cannot be pierced. When your back is against the wall and surrender seems the only way out, when you feel like quitting, you will stand tall, you will take a breath, and you will remember your sacred oath. You will remember this one vow, and you will speak it into the wind. TSSDAY, go. Go and live it. Your masterpiece is not the thing you are trying to create. Your masterpiece is the person you are becoming in the process. And that process is built one finished day at a time. Go now and finish this one. Your new life is waiting.